Hi class, so what I'm going to be showing you today is how to plot a one-point perspective using the diagonal point method and a plan set up here. Obviously, I have already established the picture plane, which has an assigned color of red here. So I use this pen to highlight this picture plane here. This is a floor plan shown here. I'm only going to show you the basic, a basic plan shows boxes. So we will just imagine this as a kitchen plan, but without the doors and the overhead cabinets and all that. This is just basic one-point perspective. So I am going to show you the solution or the final view of this one-point perspective. Of course, you all know what is a picture plane already because I have already discussed that. And we have here this floor plan here. I have drawn it using the scale of 1:100. So this one is an architect scale, a scale, in which there are different scales on each side. So for this floor plan, I used the scale 1:100. And also you can see here on this side of this floor plan, I have indicated the units here. This is in meters, and on this side as well. So it's basically 6x5 in plan. I have also set up the picture plane along this line here, which is about 4 meters from the edge of this plan. So first we establish our SP or our station point. So here is our station point. I have measured it from the picture plane about 5 meters here. So I will put here SP. There is our SP. Now we have to, after you draw your floor plan, you already have established your picture plane and your SP. Now we are going to use our T-square and our triangle here. For me, I have an adjustable triangle here, which I have fixed at an angle of 45 degrees. So this is a 45-degree triangle. So now we are going to establish our DP, or it is basically our vanishing point on this side. This is your DP. I will use this pen. DP, right? Because it's on your right side. So here, and this is DP or diagonal point left. Okay. Now, how are we going to do that? We have to use our 45 degrees angle. So we are going to construct this line going there and to this point. Intersection of this construction line, which was projected from the SP, will become your DPR and DPL, or the vanishing points. Now we have to project this going down here. We also have here our central axis of vision in this part here. So let's just put C. Okay, so I have put it off center so that it will not look symmetrical in the final perspective view. If you're going to look at the units here, it is at 2 meters. So this, and the rest is 4 meters. It is really off center, so it will not look very symmetrical. So now we have to project our lines from this DPL and DPR. We are going to establish our SP here at this is now our 1-point perspective drawing. So in this drawing, I used the scale of 1:50 for this drawing, because if I'm going to use 1:100, the final drawing will be just this small. So what I did was I used a different scale so that this final drawing will be much bigger than the floor plan, and it will also be visually pleasant. So now I have here the station point for the C and the C, which is located here off center. So I have drawn a picture plane here. So this is your reference plane. Okay, cutting this floor plan. Okay, now in this picture plane, I have noted here the numbers or the units that I have used as my reference for this drawing. So I use 1:50. So if we're going to look at it, the scale is 1:50. Okay, and this is now, aside from this is your picture plane, this is now your ground line. This is also your GL, wherein you will put the actual scale of your drawing. Also, the vertical line here, or the vertical side of the picture plane, you will have to put the dimensions here. So I have put 1 to 3, which indicates or equivalent to 3 meters, and on this side it is equivalent to 6 meters. We are now going to draw our 1-point perspective drawing. Okay, so as you can see there, I have already used my time to draw the construction lines for this, so that it will be easy for me and for you as well to understand it. I have also established our SP here. So our SP or our C here, and if you're going to check the height from the ground line, it is at around 1.5 meters. So now we will be using this measurement as if it is the eye of the observer. So this is actually, I will put the dimensions here. So this is 1.5 meters from the GL. Okay, so we have there the dimensions. Now, the next step that we are going to do is to project our DPL, which we got again from the SP measured at 5. So measured at around 5 centimeters. Okay, there. The first thing that we're going to do is to project our DPR and DPL. Okay, so we're going to project this line. There. So I will darken it. So from here we have to draw the horizon line. So this will be our horizon line. Look here, HL, or our horizon line. So from there we have the intersection of the DPR and the DPL here and here. So this is basically a vanishing point that we are going to use to identify the depth of this 1-point perspective. Next is, after we have established these points here, so make sure also that measuring from the CAV or the C, so you have to project a line here. Okay, then measuring this, so it should be at 2 meters. Now you have to measure 2 meters from the center, or from your C, or the central axis of vision. 1, 2. Okay, that is 2 meters. And again, we're going to check this part here. So it's 4 meters, and we're going to transfer again that measurement to this side. So here is our 4 meter. Okay, let's start with our corner wall. Okay, so first we have to draw these vanishing lines here from the C to here, from 0. Okay, so we're going to establish our depth. Draw the vanishing lines of this. Now, using your DPR and DPL, draw a diagonal line from this point here, or the vanishing point, to one of the points in your picture plane or in ground line. So let's draw this diagonal line here. Let's put DPL here. Okay, so now we have this point here, the intersection. So I have already numbered it. So if you're going to look at your floor plan, this PP here, or the picture plane, is actually located 4 meters from this side of the wall. So this is your 4. We have drawn this diagonal line, so we were able to establish the next point here, or the next scale, which is 3 meters, or 1 meter from 4, or from this picture plane. And the next one also, 2, 1, 0. So look at this numbers here. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So I have indicated this so that it will be easier for all of us to identify the depth of this perspective. So we are going to draw horizontal line, which is measured at the scale of 1 meter, but it is actually vanishing from this picture plane. We now have these horizontal lines here, which indicates our scale. So now we have this 0 point here. We can now actually highlight our end wall, or this corner wall here. So this is our wall that intersects this point here and this one here. So that is our corner. We have these points already. So we also have this here, the termination of the wall and the ceiling. Okay, now let's draw our wall. So this is your wall on this side. Okay, so that we assume that our ceiling height is 3 meters on this side. So we are going to draw this horizontal line to define now our wall here. We're going to check the dimensions of these boxes or cabinets here. It's 0.6 by 2.5. From this point to this point, it is 4. So let us now start with the easiest, this one. We are going to measure from our GL here. So here's our 0.6, and assuming that the height of this is 0.80. So this is your 1 meter. We're going to measure 0.80. So this is our 0.80. Now from this, we are going to draw a construction line from your C, or the vanishing point here, to this 0.80 measurement. We're going to draw a line from the measured 0.60. Yes, I am going to use this. Okay, now so next is we're going to draw this side or this part here. Okay, so let's assume that the height of this is about 1.8. We now have to check the distance of this to and this. So it is at assume at 1.8. Now we are going to use again our triangle to draw a vanishing line. Okay, the depth of this is about 0.7. So this is our drawing measured. Our 0.7 is somewhere here. So now the depth is somewhere here. Okay, and then we draw our vertical line, and this is our vanishing point. So now next this L-shaped box here. So first we are going to use this again, this depth. So it's about 6. So from here we are going to measure using your 1:50 scale there. So we are going to measure 0.60. So I have marked it here and we draw now a construction line. We have to project this, so it is about 2.5. So from 0, 1, 2. Okay, so we have our 2.5 here. So now we draw this. On this side, we can put a dimension here. This is our 1. This is our 0.8. So assume that this is 1, this is 0.8. Here's our 0.8. We are now going to use this to project the line. Or we have to stop here because this is our corner of the wall. We have to draw first the horizontal line, and next is the vertical line. Have to establish here the depth of this drawing. 1.7. So this is our 1 meter. So assume it's somewhere here again. So this will terminate somewhere here. Okay, and then we are going to draw our vertical line. We use this t-square to draw a horizontal line. So we look at 0, 1, 2, 2.5. Have this box already. What we're going to draw next is this point. It's an opening. So now we are going to draw this one first. So assume that the height of this opening is 1 meter from the ground line. So we have already measured a 1 meter here. We draw a construction line from this point to this. Okay, next is we now identify the termination of this opening. So it's from 3 and 1. So let's draw now vertical line from 3, and so this is our 2, this is our 1. Okay, so there. So now that we assume that the height of this is 2.1, so we measure 1, 2, 2, 2.1. Okay, somewhere here. So this is 2.1. Now again, we are going to draw a construction. Now light the opening. Okay. Okay, and this last one here is the easiest. So we have 1 and 3.5. So we are going to project these lines now from 1. So that is the termination. Okay, don't forget your line here. So that is the edge of our wall. So 1 and 3.5. So somewhere your 3.5 is somewhere here. So we have to project this 3.5 again. So your 3.5 intersected this line here. Okay. So next is we draw this vertical lines from this to this. And we are now going to use this 1 meter mark here, or from this side. We are going to project it until it meets this corner here. Okay, so now we are going to project again this one and that intersection here also, so that they will have the same height. Okay, so now let's use now our pen. So let's try and do this door. 1 meter. Wow, that's a huge door. Okay, 1 meter. So we are going to draw our vertical line that will represent our door here, and another vertical line here from this point and from 5. So how were we able to get this? We draw a diagonal line from DPL, extending it for down here. It intersected this line where our C lies. So just draw a horizontal line from there. Now we have this 1 meter mark here, or 1 meter scale here in perspective. We are going to use the height of this window to draw the opening. So let us just draw this vertical line again. You can see your door already, but we are going to highlight it more using our pen. Okay. So now we already have this elements of this area. So now the last part is let's draw our ceiling and our wall and our floor. Okay, so now we already have our drawing. We will try and use our eraser to let's try and clean this up. So now this is our final 1-point perspective drawing using the plan set up here. Okay, so I hope that you were able to get something from this video, and for my class I will give this as your exam. So I hope you will be able to reproduce this drawing and I hope that you learn from this drawing as well. So this is 1-point perspective. I will see you again on our next video. This is Architect Glam. I'll see you again on our next video.